black eye peas stew. In the islands and South America, it has different names. Some people call it frijoles de Carita or frijoles de Ojos Negros or frijoles, all them guisado in a stew. And this one is going to be super delicious. And remember, if I can cook it, so can you. So go nowhere. Let's create. So let's introduce you the ingredients. I'm going to keep it simple. 15 ounces of black eyed peas. See how beautiful? If they happen to be the dry ones, make sure you soften them and following the process of softening them. If you happen to have a can that's straightforward, these ones are ready to cook. See, they are relatively soft. I had some tomato sauce. This one is a little bit thick. What I did is I grabbed a tomato, I grind it, and I did cut some chunks, peel the thin out, and have some chunks too. So it's going to be thick. I have some black ground pepper, salt. I'm going with sea salt. I have some smoked turmeric to add a little bit of flavor. I have some salted pork. You can use also the grease of steak that you might put aside in the refrigerator. You can use ham. You can use, anything that you want, or you can leave it without the meat. And I have some pumpkin. Not a lot, a handful. Or you can use squash. I always leave the peel so it doesn't get too smushy and crazy. I got close to 2 cups of beef stock. You can prepare your own, or you can buy it in the store. And then I have here what I would call sofrito. If you have pre-prepared sofrito in the refrigerator, the one that you can look in my description, we prepare them in Puerto Rico. Use that, but I'm going to go fresh because the flavor is even better. And in essence, I'm just going to use some of the ingredients I use for my sofrito. I have some cilantro. You can use also some culantro. I couldn't find any today, so I'm going to extra cilantro. It doesn't matter. As a little bit of green and red bell pepper. This is about a tablespoon each. Tablespoon of chopped onions. The pepper should be chopped. And some, about a tablespoon and a half of grinded garlic. It's very simple. And let's not forget extra virgin olive oil. Doesn't matter the brand. I'm going with this one because that's the one that we use the most in the islands. So a couple notches above medium, you're going to preheat your pot. This one is not that big. First thing I'm going to do, going to put a little bit of oil. Not a lot, just a little bit. See? Move it around. And you going to start working in your sofrito. The bell peppers and the onion. And the cilantro. And if you have culantro, culantro. And you're going to do this for a few seconds. Add your garlic. And what you're doing now is the sofrito. You're moving it because you don't want it burned. This stuff smells delicious. you can add your salted pork, which is not part of the sofrito, just an addition, because now you're going to create the base. And the base includes the pork and the sofrito, and it's going to include also some of your tomato sauce. You're not going to put a lot. Say tablespoon will do. See, I have chunks too of tomato, because I want my stuff a little bit thick. Also, move things around. Part of the base is going to also include some of the paprika. It's about a teaspoon, maybe a little bit less. Pepper. Mix things together. Add the pumpkins. If you want to add potatoes, that's up to you. But I want to keep it simple. Move things around. See how it's looking? It's making delicious too. And now I'm going to add the peas, the black eyed peas. I'm going to mix everything together. And add your broth or stock, whichever you want. You don't put a lot of liquid because you're not making a soup. You're making a stew. Now, if you didn't have the stock or the broth, you can use water. But you would have put the water first before the beans, because then you would have been making your broth. And then you would have let it heat for about 2 minutes, and then you add the beans. Now, how long you going to cook this? What it's going to tell you is ready is when, because the beans are already soft, it's going to be the pumpkin, and if you have potatoes, the potatoes. You're going to pinch them, and if they are soft, it means they are ready. But before you do that, this is what you're going to do. You're going to add some salt. Leave it a taste first to make sure the stock didn't have a lot of salt. Needs a little bit. So you add some salt to your taste. Take things around. Give it a taste again. If you taste to your flavor, then you let it cook. You're going to let it simmer first. So you might have to increase the heat to medium high. And when it starts simmering, you're going to reduce the heat to medium. And you're going to let it cook. See how beautiful? It is simmering. So turn the heat down to medium. Cover it. Check it in a few minutes. Once again, pinching the pumpkins or the potatoes if you have some. And voila. Reduce the heat. Yep, see how soft they are? How beautiful those beans are. Let me turn it off. Let me stir my rice a little bit. I do have a video. I actually have several, so I'm going to put a link in the description. You have to cook white rice perfectly. Look at this. Even fry some chicken. Isn't that beautiful? But the focus today were the black eyed peas, los frijoles. Let me look at this thing. Let me move it around. Look how beautiful.